everyone, and welcome to our magical comedy parody game called Boarboils. My name is Caro, and I am going to be your game master, and I'm joined by our lovely players. Say hi, lovely players.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello! Thanks all for joining me. So this is a limited run campaign that will have approximately 10 episodes, give or take, and we're playing with the Fate core system, which is a system designed by Evil Hat Productions. So one of the things that's fun about Fate is that it is very heavily narratively driven and it's very highly collaborative. So before we started recording, we all met up ahead of time and we have done some pretty extensive character creation and world building together, which we're going to be expanding on throughout the course of the game. So I want to explain a little bit about what that looks like. So here are some of the differences between the Fate core system and our system. Main difference being some of the skills that we're using. So you can see like here's a list of skills that we have kind of adapted from Fate core. And we also created our own special wizarding only skills. So these are going to represent some of our different magical systems. There are other mechanical things that will that players will discover in game about the magical system as we progress. But without further ado, we're going to get started diving into the magical world of Boarboils. Welcome to the magical and enchanted world of wizardry. This universe is one much like our own, except for that there's a vast, secret community of magically adept people who live and work in spellworker society. The average person goes about their life blissfully unaware of the undercurrent of magic that runs throughout reality, due to befuddling charms that keep the goings-on of the magical world a secret, and give non-magically adept people the nickname of Fuddles. We find ourselves in Boston, Massachusetts, renowned city of collegiate life, boasting more universities per capita than any other city in the world. Everyone knows about some of Boston's prestigious institutions: Harvard, MIT, Boston College, Wellesley, Northeastern University, and of course, Babson. But only a few select people know about Boston's wizarding college, Boarboils. Boarboils College is lovingly tucked away on a campus of rolling green fields, gated and warded so that Fuddles wouldn't find it. The gorgeous, towering castle that makes up the school's main building is ingrained in the hearts and minds of many of the wizarding world's most influential wizards, since it is their alma mater. But our story does not start there. Our story starts in a library. La Dove Library is nestled in the outskirts of Boston, away from the bustle of busy downtown life, theater, bars, and all the other cool things that fun people enjoy. Though it's not much of a tourist attraction, La Dove Library is well known to nerds everywhere because of its extensively nerdy space nerd features like an observatory, planetarium, orrery. And it also houses one of the largest rare book collections in New England, including specialty books on mysticism and the occult. La Dove Library is special in other, less obvious ways, but we will get to that in time. Right now, summer season is coming to a close. The crisp kiss of autumn is in the air, and back-to-school season is prime in Boston. From a high vantage, we see La Dove Library. From this height, we can appreciate the impressive telescope pointed skyward. We descend, swiftly moving down, following a patron through the door, and we can see that we're following a golden envelope, seemingly dancing about on the wind, flying of its own volition. We fly into the dusky library and smell musty books, tickling our senses, and passing a central clock, we can see that it's early in the morning, 7 a.m. Following the path of this golden letter, we whirl through the many bookshelves until we find ourselves gazing at a young man, nose deep in a book. Mike, please describe your character.
Sure. Kirk is a skinny, small 18-year-old with very fair skin from not going outside very often, big goofy glasses, and clothes that look like his parents bought them for him and he did not do a good job coordinating them or putting them on. He's got a backpack near him that is constantly overflowing with papers hastily stuffed into it, and a handful of useful books, and he's probably completely engrossed in whatever he's reading.
So, Kirk, the letter thwacks you in the forehead and then falls onto the book in front of you. This is not the first time that a magical thing has happened to you. Weeks ago, you got an acceptance letter from a magical college that you didn't even know you had applied to. And since then, your life has just started to be filled with strange happenings. Weird golden letters appearing. Last week, you attended a soiree that was thrown in your honor at a place called the Figwicket Manor, and everybody there was very excited to talk to you about your scholarship. So you have this letter in front of you.
I'm gonna look around me and see where this letter came from, but I think I know the answer. Seeing nothing, I'll open it and read it to myself.
Okay, you open the letter and it contains instructions for your orientation. It says that you are to go to Ruggles Station, find the CT1, and board the Chartreuse line to Boarboils College. And it says not to worry about your belongings, they will be magically transported into your dormitory.
Ruggles. Wow. I didn't think that was real. Yeah, I'm going to hastily stuff everything into my backpack, reread the letter,
All right, excellent.
put the backpack down on the ground, look at it confused, and then pick it up and take it with me.
Perfect. You put the backpack onto your back and get ready to go. And looking up, you just very nearly bump into a very androgynously styled person. Looks to be about 40. They have golden brown skin and kind of black but silvering hair. That's very neatly styled, and they're wearing a very fashionable looking garment that looks something like it's between a cape and a coat. And you recognize this person. This is the same person who encouraged you to fill out the same scholarship, that strange scholarship application that started all of this nonsense.
Oh, hi, you're back.
Hello. It's nice to see you. I see you're getting ready for orientation.
You know about orientation?
Yes. I teach at Boarboils. I was very excited that you were accepted. I was a scholarship myself.
Oh. Okay. Well, the letter says I don't need to bring anything. I'm going to look at my backpack.
That's right.
Do I leave it here?
Well, you could bring your backpack, of course.
Okay. Good. That makes sense.
Yes.
I don't have a car. Can you drive me to the T?
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, yes,
Okay.
Come with me.
Thanks. Is this, should I tell my parents something?
By all means, if you would like to.
I'll get to see them again, right?
Yes, of course. It's like anyone going away for college. You can go back for holidays, and during midterms, usually there's a break, and then there will be a break at the end of the semester. You'll see your parents whenever you like, and depending on how much you like to see your parents, you could see them every day if you so chose.
I think I have to tell them something. So...
Do they not know that you've applied to colleges?
They do. I think that we weren't expecting orientation this quickly. It's been a little difficult to manage, but I'll figure it out. Can you drive me in like an hour?
Certainly.
Okay, I'm gonna go talk to my parents. Look at the backpack again, put it back on. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And I will see you in an hour. By the way, my name is Adjunct Professor Raven Thunderpants.
Oh, thank you, Professor Thunderpants.
You're welcome.
I'm Kirk Manerick. It's nice to meet you again.
I'm very excited about your enrollment, Kirk. I will see you soon. And
okay, thanks, Professor Thunderpants.
Their cape. Professor Thunderpants walks away.
Do I need a cape? I'll see if I have a cape. I don't think I have a cape. Okay. And I'll take my stuff and walk home and have a conversation with my parents that I am going to school very suddenly right now. and try to justify that to them.
Okay,
Perhaps as far as
you
go ahead.
walk home. Your house is within walking distance of the library, which is a great respite to you. Being an only child, you've grown up and things have been somewhat lonely at times, but luckily you have always had books to keep you company. You arrive home to your family's lovely sort of upper middle class home. You can see that your father's car has already pulled out of the driveway. He's headed off to his practice, but your mother's car is still in the driveway. She's at home.
I'm going to go in and call for my mom.
And your mother appears. She comes down the stairs. She has a notebook in her hand, and it looks like she's just like finishing taking a quick note about something. She's the sort of person who really likes to keep to-do lists, and she's constantly carrying around a notebook to remind her of what she needs to do next. And she enjoys checking off boxes of what she has to do. And she looks up and sees you. Kirk, sweetheart.
Hi, Mom. There's I just got an email that says that there's an orientation today, and it lasts for it actually lasts until classes start. So there's a professor who lives nearby, and he said he's going to give me a ride, and I'll come back in soon, and I'll keep in touch. But I think I have to get going to school.
Oh,
now,
I'm so
suddenly.
proud of you, darling. I'm so proud of you. And your mother wraps you up in a big hug, and as she's doing so, you can see that behind your back, she's making another note and checking another thing off her to-do list. She slaps the notebook closed behind you and stuffs it into her back pocket. Oh, my baby's all grown up. My little man, my teeny little baby man. I'm so proud of you.
I'm 18. I need you to. Okay. Well, thanks, Mom.
You'll always be my baby.
Okay. That's fine.
You came out of my womb.
So you keep telling me.
Yes, your father delivered you.
Okay. Well, my professor's waiting back at the library, and I want to make a good impression. So.
Okay, if you ever want to hear about your birth, I would be more than happy to discuss it in detail.
No, I'm sure it'll come up again. It always seems to. Thanks, Mom. I'll be thinking of you. Love you.
I love you, darling. I love you so much.
I'm gonna wait the 3 seconds it takes for her to get re-engrossed in her list and walk out the door back to the library.
And you head back to the library, where you find the professor, Thunderpants, is there waiting for you. They have a sort of beaten up, sort of broken down looking Toyota Corolla. Looks like it's maybe a 2001, 2002 Toyota Corolla. Adjunct professor's salary is just not that great. But the car's running, and when they see you, they roll down the window. Kirk.
Hi, Professor Thunderpants. Nice car.
Oh, thank you. Well, I'd be happy to give you a ride to Ruggles.
Okay. I'll jump in I'm gonna look back and forth between the passenger and back seat and decide the passenger seat is the normal place to go and go there because it's normal.
Get in the front seat and buckle yourself in. And as you do, your that mark that you have on the back of your right hand starts to just kind of bother you a little bit, or like it feels a little bit itchy.
I must be allergic to something.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, I think maybe there's some pollen or something. I don't know.
Oh, well, it is ragweed season.
Yeah. Did you know that a lot of people who think that they have goldenrod allergies actually have ragweed allergies because they bloom at the same time?
That is fascinating, and I'm sure useful to someone.
I think, like, allergists. probably.
Yeah, certainly.
Anyway, I think everything's fine.
Wonderful. Well, I'm sure that you have a lot of questions about what the experience of Boarboils will be like. I want to give you a bit of a warning that Boarboils College is going to be filled with magically adept people, and I understand that this may be all very new to you. If I can give you any advice, it would be to go with the flow.
I'll try. I went to a party a little while ago, and everybody was nice, sort of, but they made me feel a little weird. I guess they'll get used to me, or I'll get used to them. I'll try to just go
Yes.
with it, though. Is this seems like is it dangerous?
Oh, absolutely. Magic is very dangerous.
Okay.
But
Well,
I'm sure you have some idea that that's true.
I guess so. I'm just a little worried. If you're not worried, and you were also a scholarship, maybe, I'll be fine. I'll be tough. It's okay. Thank you for the advice.
Of course. And if ever anything starts to get to be a little bit too much, feel free to find me in my office and I'll be happy to make space for that.
I might come to your office pretty soon. Sorry.
That's okay. I understand. You pull up to Ruggles Station and Professor Thunderpants pulls the car over and lets you out.
Okay. I'm going to marvel at the mysterious majesty that is the storied Ruggles Station. And then
The beautiful Ruggles Station is before you.
it's just like in the stories. So after taking in the breathtaking vistas of Ruggles, I will reread my orientation instructions and try to go to wherever it is that I am supposed to go, simultaneously staring at everything strange around me and trying not to make eye contact with anyone or call any attention to myself.
Okay, excellent. We'll get back to that, but right now we're going to switch gears. So, moving away from Ruggles Station and zooming past the Ladove Library, we fly over land and we find ourselves at a very pretty, rather large Victorian house, decorated in dusky purples, cobalt blues, and hints of turquoise. The front yard is beautifully landscaped and maintained, and peeking around the back, we can see that the sprawling backyard is not a yard at all, but a massive cemetery. A beautiful hand-painted sign hangs over the porch, White Family Funeral Home. Traveling inside, up the stairs, we see several closed bedroom doors. The first is decorated in rainbow stickers and calls to action for a myriad of different activist causes, but we passed that door. The second is decorated in broomball icons, broomball being the popular wizarding sport of note, with several first-place medals and trophies proudly hung on the door, but we passed that door too. And the third door is decorated in nothing. This is where we enter. In the bed, we see a young woman, fitfully sleeping. Traveling inside of her head into her dream, we see her standing in a mass of swirling darkness. Elise, please describe your character.
Geranium White is 19 years old. She is pretty average build. Wouldn't say too much one way or the other. She's got tan skin and blue eyes and short cropped bobbed hair with bangs. Black hair. And she is, in her mind, wearing an outfit that she would normally wear, which is to say, if Lisa Frank threw up all over the 80s.
Didn't she, though?
She did. But you know, that kind of 80s. She looks bored, but she always looks bored.
So Geranium is standing in this this landscape of strange alien nothingness. Above her in the sky, there are roiling clouds of purple and black, and every once in a while you can see a gaping maw filled with teeth appearing out of this amalgam of different roiling clouds. Every so often there's an eye or an appendage or something else as lightning flashes across the landscape. And Geranium, what is Geranium doing in the face of this monstrosity?
Geranium's standing there with her arms crossed, kind of leaning to one side. She's just tapping one of her fingers idly on her arm.
One of the mouths starts to open, and this deep, booming voice rolls out across the landscape, rumbling the very ground on which you stand, incorporeal as it may be. Hello, sweetheart.
Hi, Dad.
How's my baby girl?
Good.
Are you excited for school?
Yes.
I'm so proud of you.
Uh-huh.
So, are you going to let me into the universe?
Nope.
Why not?
I don't think we have time to go over this again.
I thought that we agreed that on your 18th birthday you would let me into the universe. You're 19 now.
I don't remember having this conversation.
I am your father, the great and powerful Bob Sathoth. You have to let me into the known universe so that I can destroy it.
Maybe next year. I don't know.
Okay, well, just think about it, okay? Love you. And you wake up.
Ugh.
This is certainly not the first time that you have encountered your father, Bob Sathoth. Many people believe that your insistence that you are an alien, space alien, learning how to human is a joke, but you know the truth, which is that, in fact, you are the daughter of a inhuman entity from beyond space and time who sired you into this world in order to try to gain foothold and be able to make his way in here and destroy everything. Luckily, you are holding him back with your apathy and diligent apathy. So you wake up in your bed and you can hear the sounds of your family bustling downstairs.
Okay. Geranium is going to start her day by going into her side table and pulling out a very expertly wrapped cigarette.
Excellent.
And then just, smoke it out of her window casually.
All right, you smoke the cigarette, and you're kind of overlooking the cemetery. I assume you get dressed in some of your usual sort of colorful fare.
Yep. She'll put on a pink jacket over a bright yellow tank top and some kind of crazy colored skirt. Go downstairs.
All right, you head downstairs and you run into your mother and father. Your father is making breakfast, and your mother is is busy like writing something down. You know that she's constantly, busy making all of the business arrangements. Your family have owned this funeral home for as long as you can remember. And in contrast to the morbidity of the task that they have undertaken as morticians, your parents are two of the sunniest and brightest people that you know. Your mom looks up at you. Oh, hi, honey. Did you sleep okay, or did you have nightmares again? I thought I heard you kind of rustling around up there, but I didn't want to bother you.
Slept great.
Well, that's great. Isn't that great? And your father looks over at you. Sure is. Yeah, you betcha. That's wonderful, darling. Are you excited for your first day at school? Oh, I think your mother has a letter for you. And your mother sort of dances around back and forth holding this golden letter. Yes, I do. I've got this letter for you. Are you excited? We're going to school. We're going to Boarboils College, aren't we? Here you go. Oh, yeah, my little peaches and cream. Here you are. And she hands you your orientation letter.
Thanks, Mom.
You're welcome, darling. Oh, where's your brother? He needs to get down here.
Probably upstairs in his room planning to overthrow the government.
Well, could you do me a favor and go wake him up? He's gonna be late.
Geranium's not going to read the letter. She's just going to go upstairs and get her brother.
Okay.
She knows what it says already.
You head upstairs and you hear kind of like loud rock music coming from behind your brother's door. It's kind of like a punky, lots of bass kicking in this the beat, and you know that this is your little brother's favorite song. He just keeps playing it over and over and over again.
Geranium's gonna knock on the door.
You knock on the door and you hear, what?
Chris, Delilah's downstairs.
Really? The door immediately opens. Your brother is wearing a punky looking t-shirt with the arms cut off. It's got a band logo on it. It says Wolf Brat. It's this super cool band that really punky kids are really into in the wizarding world. And he doesn't even have pants on, but he pulls on a pair of cut off jean shorts and immediately runs downstairs. Hey! Mom! Geranium lied to me! Your sister's bedroom door opens and your sister Aster steps out. She's wearing full workout gear. Looks like she's ready to go, like hit the broom ball track at courts. And she just kind of like gives you a discerning look. Hey.
Good morning. Did you want something?
Did you?
I'm going to school today.
Okay.
I'll see you later.
Bye.
Terani's gonna go back downstairs.
You head back downstairs, and your family's all kind of like grouping up together at this point and eating breakfast together. Family meals are something that's actually very big in your household. Your family likes to take their meals together, and your family meals are usually taken up by a lot of talk of your sister's accomplishments or your brother's political views. It's usually basically one or the other. And your parents are very, very kind and indulgent about this, but you often don't end up getting a word in edgewise, kind of classic middle child, just kidding. Getting overlooked and ignored for the most part. But today is different. Today, everybody is really excited about your orientation. And your mother and father look at you and they're like, so what do you think you might be you're gonna get sorted into? Which one of the different houses do you think you're gonna be in?
Well, I think that's pretty obvious, don't you?
Well, I don't know. It could be anything. It could be the Veracitors. Maybe.
Or
Or the rebels. Or the
Uh-huh.
comrades. Well, it's not
Uh-huh.
going to be scholarships because we already know that you didn't get a scholarship, but that's okay.
yeah, I could definitely be a rebel. I can see that now.
Well, our family has a lot of connections. You might end up in the elites. And then you could be with your little boyfriend.
Who?
Finley!
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, the two of you are so cute.
Very.
The family conversation kind of like continues for a little while, with you just giving monotone answers and them being extremely excited about your orientation. And finally, they pack you off to school. Your mom actually packs you a lunch in a brown bag, and they send you out the door.
Have a good day.
Bye, honey. Bye-bye. See you soon. Be good. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And you head off to Ruggles Station. So next, we are going to travel over land and sea to reach our next destination. In the humble town of Easton, Massachusetts, we see a sprawling estate surrounded by a 10-foot high wall of brick and iron with ivy climbing up over the brick attractively. And we move past the gate to take in a house that is so large that it seems like it would be impossible to not get lost in it. Greek columns flank the house ostentatiously, and outside we see multiple black SUVs and a town car parked. This home is where the esteemed Speaker of the House for Magical Congress, Joseph Kennedy Figwicket, lives with his beautiful wife and successful business owner in her own right, Elizabeth Kathleen Figwicket, and of course their one and only beloved child. Past the door, we can hear the sounds of classical music playing in the foyer, and we see an extremely well-dressed staff bustling to and fro. The household is abuzz because they're anticipating the departure of the eldest Figwicket, the heir to the Figwicket dynasty, and who's heading off to college. So finally, descending the burgundy carpeted staircase, we see a young man. Brendan, please describe your character.
Finley is 18 years old, 6 feet tall. He's got a slender build, pale skin, blue eyes, medium length hair, light brown, a little hint of red in the hair. He's wearing a dress shirt and a purple tie, a pair of gray slacks, very well dressed, looks, custom tailored. He's carrying no books or belongings that you can see, and you get the feeling that carrying things is probably beneath him. He's got rows of sparkling white teeth in his mouth, and a condescending smile that seems to be his default facial expression. And he smells like money.
Finley, you descend the staircase. Your staff is on either side of you, like flanking the staircase as you come down. Many of your different tutors and household staff who are really the closest thing that you have to family. You do have a mother and father, but you hardly know them. They come and go. They've been so busy. Many times you've tried to get their attention, but the only thing that they seem to be interested in is your accomplishments. And so you have diligently focused on making sure that you are the most accomplished wizard that there possibly can be. Today, so to your great surprise, your mother and father are both at the bottom of the staircase. They both are looking at you and like beaming with pride, smiles wide across their faces.
Finley, as he's walking down the stairs, sort of like stutter steps a little bit, like not expecting them to be there, but gracefully continues down the stairway, not falling. Your
mother looks just delighted to see you. Oh, Finley, darling. Ah, you look wonderful, my dear. Are you excited for college?
Oh, thank you, Mother. I'm very excited.
Oh, how wonderful. Just wonderful. It is so lovely that you have college. She looks around at the household staff who all seem to nod at her. And then you will have a very productive wizarding career and follow in your father's footsteps, of course.
Of course, Mother. I'll be entering politics at an early age.
Of course you will. No son of mine is not going to carry on the Fig Wicket name. You will do me proud, will you not, son? And I don't want to hear another word about that evil wizard Moldivort. Silly fantasy.
Yes, Father. Of course, silly fantasy, Father.
Oh, don't be so hard on him. He had a very scary time when he was a little boy, didn't you, Finley?
Yes, Mother. It was horrible. A little tear creeps down his cheek.
Well, I have to be getting off. I am so sorry. I would love to spend all the time with you, but I simply can't. I have so many things to do today. Business and selling cars and other business and then making deals for cars and things like that. You understand. Love you. Goodbye. And your mother is just off in a whim. Your father seems to get a message on his phone. He pulls up his phone and nods at it and just walks away without even looking at you. And you're left standing there with your household staff.
Finley looks around at the staff, nods a little bit, and he's like, I have prepared a speech.
Wonderful, wonderful, sir, says Bruce, who is your esteemed butler.
These many years and the work that I have done has been of the utmost importance. And I know how important all of you... Well, I know how important I am to all of you.
Oh, yes.
And how important my accomplishments are. When I go off to college, I won't be here. But you can continue to live vicariously through me and my accomplishments. I will write and send Wizarding Post about all of the broomball games that I win and all of the championship things that I also win.
Yes, championship things.
Thank you. He bows.
Your staff all applauds you. Well said, sir, well said, says Bruce. Sir, will you be needing anything before you head off to Ruggles?
I would like my gloves. I don't want to accidentally touch anything that a peasant has touched.
Of course, sir, of course. And he pulls out two very finely made gloves and hands them to you.
Finley just holds his hands out for them to be put on him.
He places the gloves on your hands, making sure they're neatly situated on all of your fingers.
Thank you.
And here, sir, your orientation letter. You will need it to get into Boarboils. He hands you a golden envelope.
Finley tucks it into his suit jacket pocket.
We will miss you so dearly, sir.
I'm sure you will.
It has been a pleasure these 18 years raising you and seeing the accomplished young man you have become.
All on my own.
All on your own. With merely a household staff of 20 plus people.
Yes.
Fantastic. So you head out. And moving away from Figwicket Manor, we wind down roads flying over field and forest until we settle on a lovely suburban home. Colonial styled with a detached garage, basketball hoop, even an in-ground pool. The gardens are beautifully landscaped and there's a nice looking bike that's leaned up against the garage. And inside the house, busy making breakfast in the kitchen, is a woman in her mid-40s. She has dark skin and dark hair, dressed in an expensive-looking jeans and a cable-knit sweater, and the smell of bacon wafts through the house, enticing the other residents of the house to appear. First is a man who also appears to be in his 40s. He has pale skin and graying short hair, wearing a button-up and slacks. He stops briefly to plant a kiss on his wife's cheek before pouring the two of them cups of coffee. Next appears a young teenage boy who's wearing a sporty-looking jersey and jeans, and he tries to pour himself a cup of coffee and is shooed away by his mother. Finally, joining the family, a young woman appears in the kitchen doorway. Nuance, please describe your character.
So Delilah Caraway is a tall young woman, made taller by the very big black stompy boots she's wearing, and curvy all over. She also knows that today is orientation, and so she has dressed for it with a shirt made of lace with skulls that look from far away like roses, but when you get close up you realize no, they're actually grinning skulls, over a bright red bra and a pair of black leather pants. She has an eyebrow ring and a nose piercing, and her medium brown skin is offset by black lipstick and very, very dark eyeliner and kind of messy red and black eyeshadow. Her hair is currently natural and goes down to her shoulders and a little beyond, where she's left it loose in kind of just thick curls that she has inherited from her mother. Everything about her says disaffected goth youth, and that is not at all a mistake.
So you make your way into the kitchen, and your mother looks at you. Morning.
Mother. Hello. Father.
Your-
Hi, what's up?
Your father looks at you and smiles. Your little brother looks at you, and he's kind of got this look in his eyes of like both like excitement and boredom at the same time. This like classic like 13-year-old sort of like disaffected, like I'm really excited to be here, but I'm pretending that I'm not kind of sort of look.
Delilah has no idea what that emotional state is like. She's disaffected all the way down, really.
Your brother takes in your outfit and goes, "Who died?"
Well, I mean, if you really want to get down to it, we could start with society and then just kind of go from there. And before she says anything else, she kind of glances over at her parents to see if they're going to respond.
Your parents exchange a look, a look that you have grown used to. Like after you reached your 15th year, this look started to appear between your parents, and it has only grown in frequency since. It's kind of like a, don't take the bait, don't do it, don't do it. But your mother just seems to not be able to stop herself, and she's like, well, not everything is so bad, certainly. What about your starting school today?
I mean, I guess compared to the deep pain of losing not just one grandmother, but my actual real grandmother, remember how...
Delilah, this again? Really?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I mean, I'm super excited to be going to school. I can't hardly wait. I bet it'll be great. I hope they let me join the cheer squad.
You loved cheerleading.
Whoa, okay. So,
I didn't make you do that. You chose to do that. You wanted to be a cheerleader, and you were amazing. And I was very proud of you and supported you that entire time. You act like I'm a bad mother, but I do everything to make sure that you are happy and fed and clothed, and that you have the advantages that I didn't have growing up. You have no idea all the things. And your father, like, eventually just like is like, honey. I think you maybe need some more coffee. Your mother like reels on your father. Excuse me? Are you saying that I'm incapable of having a conversation with my daughter without coffee? No. I'm so sorry. Your father just like looks at your brother. The two of them just have this exchange. and your brother's like, Dad, I need your help with something. And your father's like, I gotta go. And the two of them leave, leaving you alone with your mother, who takes a deep breath.
I just look at her and say, gee, Mom, calm down. You're so emotional.
You're right. I'm very emotional because my baby girl is going to school. And I'm gonna miss you. I'm so used to having you here. I'm gonna miss you. And she sets her coffee down and comes over and pulls you into a big snuggly hug.
Delilah remains stiff for like maybe as long as a second and a half, and then kind of relents and hugs her mom back. I'm gonna miss you too, even Ty, but if you tell him that, I'm gonna deny it forever.
Okay.
I didn't mean to say that you were a bad mom, and I know you didn't push me into cheerleading or violin or horseback, whatever old childhood hobbies. You didn't.
You're bringing your violin.
What now?
You're bringing your violin.
Why would I do that?
Because I paid so much money for all those lessons, and you're going to use your violin at school. I guarantee it. I someday you'll thank me.
I'm gonna use it.
I've already packed it. I've already packed it into all of the things that are going to be magically transported to your dorm, and so you're going to love it.
My violin? What, am I gonna play like sonatas at parties? Is that the plan?
She kind of like gets this dreamy look on her face, like that would be so great, but she doesn't say anything.
So when you say you packed my stuff, what stuff exactly did you pack? Which clothing?
Everything that you put aside in your drawers. You'll have your whole Princess of Darkness wardrobe. Don't worry.
I mean, I'd go with high contest, but that's fine.
Okay. I'm very proud of you.
Thanks, Mom. Thanks for all of this and stuff.
She gives you another hug.
That one's a lot shorter. And Delilah's just kind of ease away.
Well, eat some bacon and get out the door. You don't have time to wait.
Can I borrow your broom to Ruggles?
Yes, just don't be seen.
Yes. Okay, you are the best mom.
I know. And you head out. So now we're going to switch gears one last time. We find ourselves in a place that is just truly emblematic of the former glory of the 1980s in Boston, the Corner Mall in downtown Crossing. So no discerning fuddle in their right mind would dare venture into this vestige of the past with its faded linoleum floors and incessant hum of pastel neon lights. But those in the know would tell you that this horrid location is secretly home to a thriving marketplace for magical practitioners. Hidden behind wards and illusions, the Corner Mall houses the Wizarding World's supplies, all the supplies that the Wizarding World could possibly dream of. Troves and treasures and wonders to behold. It's also the home of the famed Fig Wicket food court, named in honor of the Fig Wicket family, and a dirty little comic and game shop called the Wizard's Tower. Even though the mall is open 24/7, it's too early in the morning for the store to be open, but in spite of the aluminum gate drawn down over the doors, we see a young woman outside of the shop, leaning on the gate, standing and waiting. Jess, please describe your character.
So this is possibly a girl, possibly a boy. She's very skinny. She's sort of flat-chested. She's got big hips. And if you didn't know anything about punk fashion, you might think that she was homeless because her clothes are ragged. She's got an old Wolf Brat t-shirt, like so old you can almost not make out the wolf head on the t-shirt. She's got a leather jacket over it that's heavy with buttons and sort of stretched out, too big for her skinny frame. Half of her head is shaved, her hair is green, and her jeans are so ragged. They started out with ripped knees, but they're more rag on a waistband, so raggedy that you can see her fishnets and boots underneath. And she has really strange lavender colored eyes that she hides behind lavender sunglasses that she wears all the time.
Excellent. So, Safi, you are here at the mall because this is where you get your mail delivered, both magical and non-magical. Since you hate going home, so you've managed to arrange with the store's owner, Sam, to hold your mail for you so you can get it in person.
I blackmailed him, yeah.
You blackmailed him. And so today you are expecting your Boarboils orientation letter, which you know you will need to board the train. So you're waiting outside the shop and you see some movement inside, and finally you see Sam looking bleary-eyed and drinking Dunkin' Donuts coffee from a styrofoam cup. He's wearing a Bruins t-shirt and a Red Sox cap. And he has a sweatshirt on that actually has a Batman logo on it. So he's kind of mixing all different sorts of styles here. His cap covers up what is normally his perfectly bald head, and he's got these horn-rimmed glasses on. After some fussing with the gate to open it up, he kind of grunts and pulls it open and come on.
Morning, loser.
Loser, I'm not the loser. You're the loser getting your mail delivered here.
I mean, it's a perfectly real address.
Well, yeah, okay. Get in, kid.
I come in and close the gate down behind me because the store is not open yet.
So, he pulls out the golden letter. This is the only mail that you have today.
Sweet. I've been waiting for this.
This year's gonna be different, right? He hands you the letter.
What do you mean this year? It's my first year.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah.
I mean, I guess every year is different, one would hope.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
When you're different, which is cool.
Yeah. He looks at you with this very sort of sad look on his face as he hands you the letter.
I'm not going to get expelled. I'm for once, I'm going to stay enrolled in a school. I can do it. This one seems like they thrive on bad behavior anyway. I mean, I only got kicked out of the other schools for magic. Of course I'm going to stay in this one. It's perfect for me.
Yeah.
Don't look so sad. Don't look so sad.
Kid, do you remember anything from last year? Or the year before that?
I remember you barfing into my Nana's ficus at the New Year's party.
Yeah, that was a time.
I mean, as long as you
all
continue
remember?
to receive my mail, I will not tell Nana Agatha about this incident.
Yeah, your Nana Agatha. There's a whole wing in Boarboils named after that broad. She's a tough old biddy.
I wonder if that's why they accepted my my application. I'd like to think if it was on my own merit, but coming with 3 expelments, it's probably not, is it?
Nah, definitely not.
No, it's not
No.
me. No.
I mean, don't get me
It's
wrong,
money.
kid. You're talented, but you're troubled.
You're just saying that because I frighten you.
Yes, absolutely. Well, good luck. Good luck this year. May this year be the year that changes everything for you.
You know what? I really feel like I'm turning a new leaf, she says while stealing his coffee and $20 from his wallet for the train.
You lift the coffee without any trouble. And you've pickpocketed Sam so many times that he doesn't even bother to stop you anymore. Like, you're not even like elegant about it. You just pull his wallet out of his back pocket, take the $20 out right in front of him and stick it back in. And he's just like, oh, okay, just do me a favor and get off to the station before something bad happens.
Thanks, dude. And now I don't have to jump the turnstile this time.
Good luck, kid.
And Safi takes off from the comic book shop towards Ruggles Station.
All right. So all of you have headed off towards Ruggles Station, and so you head into the glorious and beautiful station that is Ruggles. If you've ever been there in real life, you know that Ruggles is where there are only a couple of train lines there, but there are a number of bus lines. And in Boston, some of the buses are somewhat between like a bus and a train. It's sort of like a light rail type thing. So there are a number of different lines that come in and out of Ruggles, and it's one of the busiest bus ports. And when you've been told to take the CT1, the Chartreuse line to Ruggles Station, you're not entirely sure if that's a bus or a train or what exactly it might be. But you've all arrived at the station, and you are wandering around Ruggles Station looking for the entrance to the CT1. I'm gonna just like go around in the same order that I started with, and so we're gonna start with Kirk here. So Kirk, you have arrived first at Ruggles Station, and you're looking for the CT1. What are you doing?
I am approaching every single map that I can find in the place of the various lines, scratching my head, rereading the note that I've got, and eyeballing MBTA employees, but not approaching them.
Okay. As you're wandering around, you happen to catch notice of a girl who looks to be about your age. She is dressed in very kind of like neat looking clothing. She's wearing like a button up that's buttoned all the way up to her collar. She has like one of those cute little like half tie like bow type things. She has very long dark black hair and kind of like a medium golden skin, and she is wearing like a long circle skirt that is kind of giving her like a sort of Lolita-ish appearance, but like a very dressed down Lolita-ish appearance. And she notices you like looking confused, and she wanders up to you. Hi, are you looking for the CT1?
I think so. Look at my note. Yes?
Me too. Hi, I'm Sunny.
Hi, Sunny.
Nice to
I'm
meet
Kirk.
you. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's on the 2.5 level. So if we take the escalator down here, we should be able to just hop over the escalator and make it onto the CT1 level. You're
Really?
okay with hopping over an escalator, right?
I've never done anything like that.
Oh, well, we're about to go to Boarboils, so I guess you should get used to doing a bunch of weird stuff.
Yeah. Okay. This isn't a trick, right?
A trick? What do you mean?
Never mind. Let's try the escalator thing then.
Okay.
Okay. I am going to try to let her go first. And if that doesn't work, I will grudgingly get on the escalator, sweating profusely, and if there are people around, it's gonna make me extra nervous. I might start actually shaking a little bit.
Okay, so she does in fact willingly goes first, and she gets onto the escalator as it's moving down. And when you get to about halfway down the escalator between the second and third sort of like basement levels, she just alley-oop and like hops over the side of the escalator and vanishes into thin air.
I'm gonna close my eyes and leap.
All right. Go ahead and give me a check. Let's see. What's your appropriate skill associated with this?
I just don't think I have a relevant skill.
All
actually.
right. Then just roll flat, just like regular fate check.
So that's all 4 dice?
Kara, could the aspect dangerous curiosity be invoked here? Because, I mean...
Definitely.
leaping.
Sure. Actually, I forgot about that. I would probably close my eyes, take a deep breath, and then get a look of resolve on my face and leap over the edge. Since I am, in fact, dangerously curious, and this is certainly in those parameters. So my roll, I got a single plus and a bunch of nothings, neutrals.
Okay, great. That's good enough. You managed to follow Sunny. Just as Sunny has jumped, you jump and you make it onto the platform. There are a number of other young people here, all looking to be around your age. Like, everyone looks to be like they're 18-ish, and everybody's waiting in anticipation for the CT1 to arrive.
Is Sunny still here?
Sunny is still here. She looks at you and smiles.
That
You
was
did
great.
it.
Yeah, thank you. That wasn't so bad.
No, it's not so bad.
Is this your first year?
Yeah, at Boarboils. But I have an older brother who goes here too.
Oh, okay. Neat. I'd never heard about it before. I'm not sure how I got in.
Oh, you're a scholarship.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know any scholarships. That's really cool.
Well, now you know me.
Now I do.
Yeah.
Well, it's nice to meet you.
You too.
Maybe I'll see you on the train.
I guess so. Nice to meet you. Thank you for the help.
And she heads off.
Cool.
I would do this escalator jump in real life. I love doing dangerous things on escalators.
It's weirdly specific.
I just keep saying, like, I honestly am not 100% sure if this leap off the escalator to get to your train is something Caro made up for Boarboils, or it's just part of the Boston Tea system. Because I believe either. I've been on the Orange Line. This seems real.
I got bounced from, what's the one that's all the way under the ground? Porter. I got bounced from Porter because I was playing. I was also, like, very young and kind of inebriated, and I did a plank on the bottom on both escalators. And if you can hold your body right, because they're spinning in different directions, it'll turn your body in a circle if you're short enough. I was like, I just want to catch the train. And they're like, get out. Stop playing on the escalator, you weirdo.
Oh my god. Or I have like some of the nicest train experiences on the Orange Line. One time I found out that my takeout bag was leaking peanut oil everywhere, and I did not have any napkins, and one lady just had a fucking purse full of napkins, and she gave me all of that. And then another time, a man told me I looked like a lawyer.
What the fuck does that mean?
I don't know. I let somebody take my
True
seat.
waffle.
Is that a burn?
I don't know. I let some lady take my seat because she was like older, and I offered it to her, and he said, "Hey, that was a really nice thing to do. You look really smart. Are you a lawyer or something?" And I was just like,
Fuck.
"No."
What a
He's like,
line.
a doctor? And I was like, "No."
She'll be like, I'm a rocket scientist. Thanks for insulting me.
I am.
You're like,
so-
actually, I'm
Scoff at the increasingly like prestigious things that you're being suggested.
I'm a garbage woman, actually.
Right.
I'm in waste management.
Neonatal brain surgery. God. Ugh.
I just, I'm paid to take this train and be nice to people. That's my job. So that they put nice reviews on Yelp about the Orange Line.
The Orange Line
It's
have
the
Yelp
worst
reviews?
train.
Yeah, you did
Probably.
not get paid enough.
It's the worst train.
I would like to just point out that the Corner Mall has a abysmal 2-star rating on Yelp.
It has as many as 2 stars?
2 stars.
High 5.
I can't believe that building is still standing. Not because it's like, everything's gone out of business and gone empty in downtown. Because of the structural integrity of the building. It looks like it was made out of Burger King toys.
It really does.
The-
It really does.
The orange line has a 2.5 rating on Yelp.
Oh,
That's pretty good,
That's
You're
better than
welcome.
the corner
pretty
mall
good.
by quite a bit.
which is crazy because I've been to that mall and that mall is so much better than the orange line.
Wow.
So the escalator.
Okay, Geranium, you are the next to arrive. What do you do?
I imagine Geranium already knows what to do. She has an older sister. Her whole family is like magic. You
Yeah.
know. Her sister is a highly decorated alumni of Boarboils University.
Living at home with her parents.
Yep. So she's just gonna head right to where she needs to go.
Okay, you head right to where you need to go. Go ahead and give me a roll, a skill roll, whatever skill you feel is applicable here. You can math it if you want to get the timing and precision just right.
So I roll 2 of these fate die.
No, you roll all 4.
All 4.
Everyone will always be rolling all 4 of your fate dice, and then you will just add your skill to the result.
Okay. Can I use like lore just to know how to do the thing?
I would say that lore is, you know how to do it, but like physically now you need to perform it.
All right. So then I'll just use physique, I guess.
Sure, that works.
So that's 2 pluses and 2 minuses, and then +1 for physique.
Okay, great. So you have a total result of 1, right?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. You hop over into the magically hidden platform, partway across the escalator, and as you do so, you go careening into a young man. He is kind of muscular, very jockish type of build. He's got dark skin and close cropped hair, and you just go careening into him. You notice that he smells really nice as you have bumped into him.
Like cocoa butter and cash.
Like cocoa butter and cash. You okay?
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that.
That's okay. Just watch where you're jumping.
Yep.
I'm Justin.
Hi, Justin.
What's your name?
Oh, right. I'm Geranium. Geranium White.
Oh, nice to meet you, Geranium.
Nice to meet you, too.
I assume that you go to Boarboils too?
I will be shortly.
All right. Well, we should get out of the way because there are going to be more people jumping through here.
She nods and then, with a pause, attempts to smile. It's just her mouth parting and showing him teeth.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Never mind.
All right. Well, see you around.
Bye, Justin.
And he heads off. Finley, you are the next to arrive.
I just arrived. That's it.
You arrive at Ruggles Station. Beautiful, awe-inspiring Ruggles Station.
Finley is dropped off by some kind of limousine.
Yes.
He steps out. And
Like
he
a
just
cavalcade of cars, like, brings you to where you're going.
He gets out, looks around, gets back in the car. Is like, driver, I don't think this is where we're supposed to be.
This is Ruggles Station, sir.
Are we in the right state?
Yes, sir.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
Finley gets out. Looks around again. Huffs a little bit. Heads in.
Heading into the station, you notice a young man. He's got he looks like very well dressed. So you start to feel immediately a little bit more comfortable. He has very pale skin, and his hair is like almost like a white blonde. And he's, wearing like lots of really obviously brand clothing and a really expensive watch, and kind of displaying his wealth. On either side of him are two other young men. One of them is kind of wheedly and thin, and the other one is very like thickly cut and just like a big muscular sort of type. And they take notice of you, and they head over towards where you're standing. And the blonde boy looks you up and down and, Fig Wicket.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I supposed to know you?
I don't think that we've been introduced. I'm Griffin Badsky. And these are my associates. Booby and Manning.
Finley looks them over, nods to each of them.
Are they Star Wars?
Are they also well dressed?
Yes, they're also well dressed. Booby sort of whines. I don't like being called Booby. My name is Gabriel. Your last name is Booby. We will call you Booby. Don't you agree, Finley?
Finley nods and he's like, I think Booby is a very nice name.
Fine. And this is Hunter Manning. Hunter Manning just sort of crosses his arms.
Are you from the Connecticut Boobies?
Yes, the Connecticut Boobies.
Father has mentioned your family a number of times.
Yes, we make wine.
Yes, the Booby family wine. I've tasted your wine.
Delicious Booby vintage.
It's very good.
Sweet booby nectar.
It's not for everyone, but it's very good.
Yes, my family of vintners we come from a long line of vintners. Booby, shut up! No one cares about you and your family. That was very kind of you to pretend to be interested in Booby, Fig Wicket. But really, we should be associating amongst ourselves. My family is also very wealthy like yours.
Oh, how wealthy?
Oh, extremely wealthy.
Is your father in politics as well?
My father is not in politics per se, but my father is in, he actually owns a super PAC that helps your father to run and maintain his position.
Finley holds out his hand to shake.
Shakes hands.
It's wonderful to meet you.
Wonderful to meet you. I'm sure that we're going to be the very best of friends.
I think we already are.
Fantastic. Let's go.
Come on, Booby.
Hey! And you four of you make your way through Ruggles Station. You head to the escalator, and Manning and Booby hop over the barrier into the secret platform, and Badsky looks expectantly at you. Certainly someone who's such a talented broomball player should have no trouble leaping this barrier.
Why, Badsky? Of course I can leap this barrier. Do you want some pointers? You should tuck your legs as you go over.
Good to know.
Finley will try to one hand vault over it.
Okay, cool. Give me an athletics check.
He's gonna chuckle in a smarmy way as he does it. So athletics is 2 + 4. What do I roll? Or in the 2 + 4?
You always
So
roll
it's
four
+4?
dice. Just always roll your 4 dice and then add the result to your skill.
Okay. So if it's +4, I would roll the 4 dice and then add the result.
Yes.
And it's
Always
I roll 4d6s, right?
correct.
And 1 and 2 is negatives, 3 and 4 is neutral, 5 and 6 is positive.
You got it.
So you got a 6.
Okay, cool. You Not only do you easily vault over this barrier, but you do so with such athletic skill that when you land on the other side, everybody turns around and looks at you and starts clapping.
Thank you. Thank you.
Badsky hops the barrier after you, and he manages to land in a flourish that is just ever so slightly better than what you just did. And the crowd turns around. Oh, who's that? Oh.
Finley looks very annoyed.
Good show, Figwicket.
Oh, thank you. You as well. You were a little more practice, I think.
That's so generous of you to say. Well, I'm sure I'll see you on the train.
Probably.
And he heads off. So Delilah, you are the next to arrive.
So I've taken Mother's broom and very cleverly have made it so that, I guess I have to bring it all the way to Boarboils with me, because what am I going to do? Leave it here? That's ridiculous. Looks like I'm going into college with a broom under my hand.
Pretty cool. Pretty
So
cool.
clever, so clever. Look, being cool just kind of, it's what I do. Definitely that thing.
Amazing. All right, so you arrive, broom under your arm, and you know where to go. Like this is not all new to you.
I'm gonna take the escalator, doing my best to look very bored and very blasé. Who hasn't done this a million times, right? I've actually got my broom kind of slung over both shoulders with my arms resting on it.
Oh, wow. Yeah, super cool.
Super cool.
Super cool.
Not at all studied or trying. This is just how I roll.
Just obviously.
Yeah, clearly. So question. Now everybody's leaping. Is it possible to use a spell instead?
Sure. Probably. I don't know. What are you trying to do?
Well, I've got spell work. I'm thinking maybe just some kind of either a saunter down in a staircase made of air, or maybe just floating down, that kind of thing.
You have a broom, don't you?
I
do have a broom.
broom.
You could just cash flying on your broom.
It's like lying down on it,
Right.
asleep.
Using spell work, you would want to be careful about doing spell work in a fuddle place, a place where there are so many fuddles moving about. Because if they see you using your wand and word, they'll be a little suspicious. It's already weird that you're carrying a broom around like it's a prized possession, but I don't know. Maybe you're a goth chick and obviously very witchy, so people are like, oh yeah, that's fashion.
Yeah. My plan would be to kind of lean into that really hard.
Okay.
Just be like, yeah, if anybody looks at me, I'll just make really intense eye contact with them while, doing weird finger things that mean absolutely nothing, but just kind of seem spooky, just to really play up the whole, yeah, I'm a weird goth kid doing weird goth kid things.
Okay. People very intentionally look away from you because they don't want to be anywhere near the weird kid. So all the fuddles around you are like, oh, come over here. Stay away from the weird goth kid.
At one point, I will look at a small kid and be like, if you drop out of school, you can be just like me when you grow up.
Mommy!
And then when nobody's looking, I am going to, I'm not going to ride my broom, because it would be obvious and not because I'm not super good at it or anything. And I'm going to try that saunter down the stairs, the invisible stairs.
Okay, cool. So you managed to get other people to stop paying attention to you, and you're gonna try and do some spell work to make an invisible staircase for yourself. So go ahead and roll your spell work.
All right. It's 3 pluses into minus, and my spell work is 4, so 6.
That is a fantastic result. You make your way onto the platform, descending on an invisible staircase. After actually, what is the wand and word that you use in order to make this happen?
Good question. So, probably just her wand is kind of like a long rowan branch with a black silk ribbon wrapped around it, and with a crystal dangling from the bottom. And the words that she says are probably something like descendio. You know, not real.
Right.
Not a real language that
Yeah.
anyone has ever spoken in their lives. Which is the language of kindness.
Descendio.
Right.
And you are elegantly lifted, like a movie goddess being elevated from the stage into a beautiful waiting crowd. You arrive, and this absolutely catches the notice of quite a number of people who look over and notice you and take note of the broom. You see one girl in particular. She has these kind of classic like Bollywood cinema looks. Like she's just like absolutely gorgeous. She has like long flowing brown hair, and like a little wisp of bangs that's kind of made over to the side of her face. She's dressed in like elevated punk rock sort of garb. Like she looks like she's spent quite a bit of money on her outfit, but it's still sort of like aesthetically like in line with some of the aesthetics that you find pleasing. And she notices you, and when she notices you, other people notice you even more. Like people are like, oh, who's that? She smiles at you.
I'll smile back.
She
kind of-
beckons for you to come over.
At that, I will raise an eyebrow, just one of those like, I'm going to do this, but let it be known, I will not always be at your beck and call. But so I'll just raise an eyebrow and then kind of saunter over, kind of taking my time, giving up nods and waves to people I recognize, and then get over there. Hi.
Hi.
I don't think we've met.
I don't think we have. I'm Anandita.
A pleasure. The pleasure's mine. I'm Delilah.
That was quite an entrance, Delilah.
Thank you. There's only one chance for a good first impression. Why not take it?
That's very true.
And besides, my boots are far too cute to risk jumping down on.
Those are cute boots. Where'd you get them?
Thank you. New York.
Oh, lucky.
I go thrifting there.
Oh, have you been to Housing Works? That's my favorite thrift store in New York.
No.
Yes.
Is that...
All the proceeds are donated to the homeless.
And Delilah was like, okay. I think I'm liking her. I'm thinking I'm liking her more. Yeah. I mostly stuck around some of Alphabet City, so...
It's a cool area.
I was looking for people I know.
I got most of my outfit on St. Mark's, but... Well, nice to meet you.
Like I said, pleasure is mine.
And she disappears into a crowd of thrilled onlookers. Several people after watching this interaction are like, I need a shower. Like, and,
definitely like just not eye sex, more like eye foreplay. And then Delilah is gonna look around and see if Geranium has shown up yet, because she's gonna have to like immediately run over to Geranium and be super very cool about everything that just happened and not squee or gossip. Be very, very cool. Just head over to Runs.
Yep. Go ahead and give me a notice check to see if you spot Geranium. It's getting more and more crowded.
Looks like a no for Homestar Runner. No, that's a -1.
Oh no. It's too crowded. You don't see Geranium anywhere. And normally you would. She stands out. She's very brightly colored usually.
That's true.
Safi, you are the last to arrive.
Safi has been using an invisibility spell that she does frequently. She's not a fan of being seen. Also, she's usually up to no good, and she didn't want to pay to get on the train. She took the subway to Ruggles, and she's been there for a little while, invisible, just kind of following around that booby kid and his stupid rich friends. And while Finley is talking to them, she is picking their pockets and stealing candy from one of those little like booths and just kind of checking shit out invisibly, because the way that Safi likes to carry herself, she walks like a Muppet. She like moves around very like kind of dramatically and like bobs and makes a lot of noise. And she's so willowy and like thin and tall that she just kind of like, she doesn't want to try to disguise her movements from the Fuddles, but she doesn't want to be noticed by them. She also doesn't want to be noticed by the wizards and gets the most kick out of robbing other wizards. So she is invisible when she travels. And she has just finished robbing the people hanging out with Finley after she saw the limo show up and was like, this kid's got a wallet, I'm gonna follow him. And ended up robbing the people he was talking to instead.
Excellent. You go ahead and give me a burglary check to pickpocket.
All right, so 6, and then 2 neutrals, 2 positive, +4 burglary. So 12 + 4. I think I successfully burgled these mofos.
Yes. So you managed to just like clear them out. Like any cash that they had in their wallets is now yours.
Not so wealthy anymore, huh, booby?
Do you say that, or is that just an aside?
I'm just like thinking it out loud in my head.
head.
Because I am corporeal when I'm invisible.
Right.
I like, and people could hear me or like
Right.
feel my touch, but they just can't see me. So
Yep. You have successfully pickpocketed these kids, and you are kind of like making your getaway, just kind of like ducking outside of the crowd, trying to get away, and you bump into a kid who has a ukulele like out in his hands. He has kind of like a purplish hue to his skin, like a purplish bluish hue to his skin. A little bit of like scales that have kind of kissed like his cheeks. And his hair is like bluish and purplish, and like it seems to kind of change. You know that this person is at least part Bestia. So in the magical world in which you reside, there are basically different types of people who come from either humans or some sort of like magical animal hybrids, and the people who are kind of animal hybrids or animal type people are called the Bestia. And from the looks of it, you would guess that this kid is probably part mer person. Like he might be a mermaid, at least partly mermaid person. Like obviously he is walking around on 2 legs, but that also could be an enchantment. Like it might be that in his normal form that he has a full-on fishtail. But you bump into him and he drops his ukulele, and it kind of goes scattering.
Me?
Now he can. Yeah, now that you've bumped into him. And he drops his ukulele. Oh, a ukulele. Oh no.
I pick up the ukulele. I think about stealing it, but I give it back. And I like try to shush him. Like,
What are we
you're blowing my cover.
What are we doing?
What? We? We
Yeah.
aren't doing anything.
Oh.
You threw off my groove and got in my way. I'm gonna
I
need
did?
you
Oh God.
to
I'm
mosey
so sorry.
on the away.
Oh, I can make it up to you.
You know what? I think you
I can play my
make it up to
ukulele
me.
for you.
Oh God, that's not what I mean. Unless that you have a voice like the wolf brats, you can cut that right out.
You don't want me to play Wonderwall?
I would rather die.
Really? Are you
I would
sure?
honestly rather die.
I'm pretty good.
What's your name? What's your name?
Oh, I'm Kevin. Nice to meet you. My name's Kevin Bland.
Kevin? I am gonna try to do some spell work on you because I'm gonna pull a heckin' deceive. And I'm gonna try to charm you to forget me.
Okay.
And just to forget this happened.
Okay.
Just so that you look in the other direction and I can go back to being invisible. Cause like everything about you is really annoying. But I promise once I cast this charm, you're not even gonna remember this, so your feelings will be
We're having a conversation. You're telling me out loud that you're
Oh
gonna
yeah. Oh yeah.
deceive me and
Oh
you're
yeah.
gonna do this right now?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna deceive the shit out of you.
That's really unnecessary. You can just go about your business and I don't need to be befuddled at all. It's totally fine.
But it's so much fun. It's so much fun and you'll never know.
Oh, okay.
So,
I don't want this to happen though, but so you hear the sound of from behind Kevin, you hear this wheedly voice scream out, "Fish boy!" And Kevin's
can the
like,
person
"Oh
yelling
no!
see me?
Oh God! Oh no! It's Booby and Badsky and Manning. They're such jerks."
Oh, it's
total
these
jerks.
chuckleheads again.
And they come around and they Manning goes over and just like full on pushes Kevin and he hits the ground and skids a little bit and ow. Oh.
I want to walk away because the bullies can't see me, but I think that these kids are more annoying than the fish boy. So like I watch them like push him and maybe kick him once, and then I don't want to do magic on them because they're rich people, so they probably know more magic than I do. So I'm gonna use some stealth. I'm gonna tie the two who are just bystanders. I'm gonna tie their shoelaces together, not to like their own shoes, but to the other one's shoes.
Okay, yeah, got it.
So I'm gonna tie those two together with some stealth, and I'm gonna trip the other one. Just like maybe to give Fish Boy a chance to get away. I'm not gonna say anything. I don't want them to know I'm there. I'm just gonna like mess with them a baby bit.
Okay, excellent. Go ahead and give me a stealth roll to tie their shoes together.
Okay. I've got.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that
2 positive.
this also is invoking your aspect of bully with a heart of gold. You're all set to bully this kid, and now you've changed your mind and you're bullying the bullies.
So I've got 2 positives, 2 neutrals, and +5 stealth. So 10. 5, 10, 15. Oh, my math is so good. So I successfully tie the bullies together, and
that's a result of 7 total, I think, right? Because you had 2 positives.
Yeah, 2 positives and 2 neutrals.
Yep. And so
And then
okay, and you have +5 to your stealth. So that is an epic result. So this is something that is like literally impossible to ignore. Like these bullies are picking on this poor mer person who's like clutching for his ukulele, like he's just like hiding behind his ukulele, like waiting for this blow to fall. And as they go to wheel back and kick him, their shoes like pull each other, and just this cavalcade of like catastrophe happens, and one bully like falls into the other bully who falls into the other bully, and they all end up in a big pile. And Kevin is sitting there, and the entire crowd turns around and just laughs at this happening. And at this point, like all of you would be able to see one another. Like everyone's like standing in such a space that you can all see what's going on.
Can they see me? Am I still invisible, or am I feeling passionate enough now that I'm like visible?
They have no idea who did this. Like they like if you want to be visible, like you're welcome to be, but they have
I would love to
no
be
idea who did this. And they're like, you just see Badski sneering at the crowd. Who did this? Who did this? I swear if I find out who did this, my father is going to sue you. And then you'll be dead.
I hate him even more, so before I walk away, I'm gonna crop dust him. I'm gonna fart, because he's still on the ground.
I'm not even gonna make you. I'm not even gonna make you roll for that. You walk by and crop dust this bully, and he's like, ah. And these the three bullies try to untangle themselves. And Finley, you see Kirk. You met Kirk a few weeks back at your family's ball, and Delilah and Geranium, you see one another from across the circle of people who are all staring at this this insanity happening as well.
Finley's gonna walk over to Kirk. He's like, Kirk, my boy, it's wonderful to see you.
Finley, good to see you too. This is weird and exciting.
Absolutely exciting.
Uh,
You found your way, all right.
Professor Thunderpants drove me.
Oh, you've met a professor already.
He says he is a adjunct professor, which
Oh, well.
I don't know. What's okay.
Adjuncts.
Well, I'm sure I'll learn what that means eventually. What do we do? We just wait for the train? Is there anything? I mean,
Well, did you see that? Did you see what just happened and how
Yeah.
they humiliated themselves? That one there thought that they could jump off the escalator better than me, but he can't even stand.
that's
What an
very
idiot.
funny. Yeah,
What an idiot.
yeah. Well, you did it much better than him. That's for sure.
I did.
And he embarrassed himself.
He did.
Yeah.
Everyone
Well,
will remember him
I think
humiliating
so.
himself by failing to stand.
Probably. So, were you guys having a fight?
No. Just a little one-upsmanship.
Oh. Well, I think you won.
I think so too. That man there, one of the ones that fell, his name is Booby. His family makes the most succulent wine. If you ever have a chance to suckle on the Booby's wine, you should.
I'm staring right at him and laughing at this point.
Finley looks over at them as they're like trying to stand and like nods to the one. What was the one's name that was really good at jumping off the escalator?
Griffin Badsky.
Okay. And what's the leader's name?
That's Griffin. So Griffin.
Oh, okay.
So you've got Hunter Manning, who is
Hunter
Hunter Manning, who's like the big thick guy. You got Gabriel Booby, who is like the wheedly one, and then you've got Griffin Badsky, who's the blonde kid, who's their leader. And awesome. Delilah and Geranium, you see one another also.
Geranium will raise a hand and wave.
Uh,
A 1, 2, 3 wave.
Delilah is actually so excited to see Geranium, she will also kind of wave back before remembering, wait, no, too cool. But she will hurry over, you know, unlike her summons from Anahita, was it?
Anandita.
Anandita. Then she will just straight hurry over to Geranium. Hey!
Hi.
Look what I got. She kind of waggles her mom's broom.
Your mom's broom.
Yes?
Are you trying out for the team this year?
Oh god, no. No.
Oh.
Just to have one on campus though. For like, I don't know, the 3 days before it'll take for Mom to realize what happened. 2.5 days.
That you stole her broom.
I did not steal. She gave me permission to take it. And what was I going to do? Leave it at Ruggles Station?
But if she told you you could take it, then what does she need to figure out in 3 days?
That I took it and am not bringing it back. I don't have a good way to bring it back.
I see. So you're stealing the broom.
I am extended borrowing the broom.
Alright. Extended borrowing.
Thank you.
That's real.
Real enough. It counts. Are those new earrings?
Yes, they're peaches.
Okay. I like the lemon ones, but you know, I'll go with peaches.
Would you like to borrow them?
I would absolutely not. No.
That's what I thought.
I have a grand total of 4 colors. Peach is not one of them.
Are 3 of those colors black by any chance?
Only one. I have other colors. Black, red, purple, dark gray. 4 colors.
4 whole colors. Exciting.
Not all of us can wear 7 at a time.
Well, maybe you should try.
No, thank you. I'm fine. And then Delilah is gonna look a little harder at the shirt that Geranium's wearing. Does she recognize it? Out of curiosity.
Yeah, it is a bright yellow tank top. It has like sunflowers and daisies on it. Very boldly patterned.
Huh. Where'd you get that shirt?
Found it.
Really? Found it where exactly? Would you say you had found that?
Geranium shrugs. I don't remember.
Delilah certainly is not thinking of a shirt she owned that looked much like that shirt that she stopped wearing, you know, after whites and yellows left her wardrobe. Just giving Geranium this like look of, I know you stole that shirt from me, but I also know that we both know that I can't say anything about it, so we're just gonna let it go. But I know what you did, and you know that I know, and we're like that.
Geranium just cocks her head to the side and says, "Do you want to borrow it?"
No, I do not. Thank you. It looks so good on you.
Thank you. It does.
Finley and Kirk would have seen Delilah and Geranium, right?
Yes. So at this point, Finley, you spot Delilah and Geranium, your beloved, both talking together. You're still with Kirk, and you could.
Kirk, come along.
Okay.
Just before we get to that, though, I want to have a quick aside with Safi. So Safi, like you've managed to kind of make yourself scarce after the whole kerfuffle, and you see, people are kind of breaking up into their different social groups, but you are unable to escape the attentions of Kevin, who is like staring at you like you have just saved the world. And he's like, hey.
Dude, you really need to stop reacting like I'm a visible person because you just look nuts.
What? What are you talking about? You are visible.
To you, because you broke my charm. So the charm is broken for you. All these chuckleheads, they have no idea I'm here. So you look like a bestia with a ukulele talking to yourself in a train station.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
Now you're a bestia with a ukulele laughing at yourself alone in a train station.
Yeah, that's funny.
Oh my god, I cannot
really
be
funny.
seen with you. We have freshmen written all over us. God, you're
really cool.
moron. Yeah, I am. And you being here is a direct demerit to my cool, dude.
Well, I can't do anything about that, but I did just
Could
want to say
choose
thank
literally
you.
anyone else to follow. Don't thank me yet.
But you saved me from those guys. That
If
was
you really want to thank me, If you really want to thank me,
Play Wonderwall!
no, God, please, no. You see that girl with the peach earrings?
Oh, yeah,
I know that she's got cigarettes. All right?
okay,
And I don't got cigarettes.
okay,
But I should.
all right.
You could thank me by getting those cigarettes out of her pocket and putting them right here.
Oh, I'll
in
just
my
play Wonderwall
hand.
for her. She'll be really impressed. Okay, I'll be right back.
Sure, yes, go away. I do
Right.
not think, for the record, that Kevin can pickpocket Geranium. I just want him to go away. And I know that Geranium will give me a cigarette anyway, because she's so apathetic and nonchalant about everything.
Right. So you send Kevin off to go interact with Geranium, and you then see these four coming together and starting to chat. So
I'll walk over to them, but I'm not going to become visible just because it's too good an opportunity to fuck with people. And that Figwicket kid looks like he is just ripe for some hazing.
all right, cool.
As ripe as my earrings.
Indeed.
All right, you're all together.
Lila, Geranium, my favorite people. Hello.
Geranium's just gonna pinch the bridge of her nose.
Oh
And
no, do you have a headache?
No, you
Wow.
can smell the smarm everywhere in this train station.
Not yet. Kirk.
I have recognized Delilah and am just staring unabashedly with a look of admiration in my eyes.
Oh, this is Kirk. He's a scholarship. My family's paying for his college.
Explains why he looks so frightened and why he's hanging out with Finley.
So
Hi.
Delilah's gonna look at Kirk, go to say something, pause, roll her eyes as Finley explains about how his family is paying for Kirk, and then, I know you. Don't
From
I?
from the comic shop, and you're a gamer.
Yes, technically that is a true statement.
Delilah, you were at the comic book store.
Nerds.
Hey, Rums, shut up. Just why don't we try that?
She's like the coolest person there.
She,
Really, Delilah?
Yeah.
I mean, yes, that is a bar on the ground that I hopped over. That is true.
She usually wins almost everything she plays. And she dresses the coolest and acts the
True.
coolest, and she
Also
teaches
true.
us about stuff.
Also true.
Delilah is exceptionally smart. She does all
Yeah.
of the homework. She's my
Well-
homework helper.
Now Delilah
Um,
is pinching the bridge of her nose.
Oh
well,
no,
you're pretty
you,
lucky.
you have a headache too.
It's one of the sudden onsets. Who can imagine why? I didn't know that you liked magic anything above and beyond the card
I found-
game.
I found this weird book, and then I learned to do magic spells, and then I got in here. Well, not here. I mean, I got into the Boarboils college.
Hey, I don't mean to interrupt or anything, but I heard that you might really like it if I played Wonderwall. Is that true?
What's
you.
Wonderwall?
I've
Oh, it's a
followed
really great
Kevin
song.
I'm gonna
just
look at
to watch
Finley.
this play out.
I'm gonna look at Finley and start shaking my head frantically. No.
Oh no, I don't think we want you to play Wonderwall. Kirk hates Wonderwall.
Oh no, Kirk! I'm so really sorry. You must not like classic '90s bands.
What even is that?
Well, Oasis is the name of the band who wrote Wonderwall. They have other
Is that a,
incredible
is that a
hits.
spell?
They're based out of the UK, and they're really cool.
I'm sorry, who are you?
Oh, hey, I'm Kevin.
Hi, Kevin.
So it's a no on the Wonderwall. Okay, sorry. Bye.
Goodbye.
Kind of like wanders away, looking for someone else to play Wonderwall for.
I'm gonna stick around invisible. I am making comments, but
Uh,
not making myself obvious.
he's a bestia, and it is obvious to me that he's not a regular person. I assume.
Yes.
Okay, I'm rudely staring at all of the features that make him stand out.
Can we hear you making these comments?
Absolutely, you can,
Okay.
but you have
Okay.
no idea where they're coming from.
Finley is just ignoring them.
Kirk, I know you have a different upbringing than us and all of that, but didn't your parents ever tell you that staring was rude?
Oh yeah. Is that that guy seems a little different. Is he okay?
Don't just stare at him, you idiot.
Lila, can you explain Bestia to Kirk, please?
I don't think
Alright.
anyone playing Wonderwall on the ukulele in a subway is okay.
Well, I mean,
Well, that's racist.
well, he's
So
I mean-
Bestia- all right. So one of the first things you need to learn about Wizarding Society is that humans aren't the only sapient species on the planet. I'm gonna give you a second with that one. Looks like there are wheels, gears turning.
are there orcs?
The pale one looks like he's gonna faint.
That's actually a great question. Caro, are there orcs?
I don't know what. Do you want there to be?
Everybody knows that
there's-
orcs are extinct. Duh.
The orcs of Smork went extinct 1,000 years ago.
Yeah, the ancient Figwickets wiped them out like freaking specious weirdos.
They did wipe them out. They deserved it. They were trying to take our gold.
I don't
so-
believe that any of that is true, but here we are.
Oh, Geranium, I forgot you were here. It's so lovely to see you.
I
Um,
want to try to take a bite out of one of Geranium's earrings while I'm invisible. Like, just out of curiosity.
Excellent. So go ahead and roll your stealth and your 4 dice. Or you don't roll your stealth, but you just add your stealth skill to it. So roll your 4 dice, and then Geranium, this is an opposed action, so go ahead and roll your dice and then add your notice to it.
Okay.
Got 2 6s, a 5, and a 4, and +5 stealth.
Okay, so you have 8, I believe.
Yeah, I'm not gonna notice.
Okay.
I have a 3.
All right, you managed to get your lips around the little fuzzy peach dangling from Geranium's
I
ear.
just want to know if it's a real peach, and there's only one way to find out.
You immediately find out that
Several
it is
There are a couple of
hard
ways.
plastic.
Yeah.
Like, I can come up with 3 other ways right now.
I'm gonna eat it anyway. Just, I'm very committed to the bad decisions that I make.
You get this little plastic peach in your mouth and start crunching it.
It does not taste the way I wanted it to,
No.
and
Does
I
not.
didn't get a reaction, so I'm gonna keep thinking about ways to harass this group of kids because
Okay.
they're not paying attention to me. And I'm invisible, so they shouldn't be, but I want them to.
You're right.
Do you guys keep hearing a voice?
I hear a lot of peasants talking.
We are
Okay.
in a
Pale one is
subway.
hearing voices. Ooh.
Is it normal to hear voices?
Is it normal to hear voices?
That's what
It
I
could
wanna
be
know.
Lord Moldivore come to finish what he started.
You told me about him.
He's
You
very
think he's here?
dangerous. Oh, you said you were hearing voices. He could be trying to get to me through you.
Certainly,
I can't
Moldivore is
decide who's a bigger loser.
probably at home with his family.
I'm gonna find my way between Finley and Delilah as much as is possible. That being the safest space I can think of here.
As you all are talking, you hear the honk honk of the chartreuse line, the CT1 pulls into the station. It's not so much a train per se, it's more of a very long bus. Much like the Silver Line in Boston, if you've ever been on that. They call it a train, but it's not. It has wheels. But
And it might actually be a myth.
it might be a myth.
I've never been able to catch it.
I've ridden on it twice.
You are a wizard. You are a true wizard.
like the fabled silver line, the chartreuse CT1 pulls up, and the display name in the header of the bus says Boarboils, and the doors open and everybody starts getting onto the vehicle.
I want to sit at the back. That's the only cool place to sit on the bus.
That is correct.
Also, I feel like I could probably crack a window and get away with smoking a cigarette in there. But maybe not. We'll see.
You all head onto the Boarboils bus, and you try to open the window, and you find that they're solidly shut. There's no way to get it open, unfortunately.
Damn it.
I am in fact going to try to pull Geranium into the back because Safi is correct. There is exactly one cool place to sit, and it is the back of the bus. And I figure if I pull Geranium, Finley is going to come along as well. And through Finley, Kirk will probably come. So it's just like...
Oh, so now you losers are sitting with me. That's great. That's great. It is no longer a cool spot.
Oh, hey, can I sit here too?
Oh my god, why?
Kevin sits down. I'm just happy to be included.
Who are you again?
Oh, hey, I'm Kevin.
Kevin. Have we met?
Oh, I tried to play Wonderwall for you earlier.
Earlier
if you
this
remember.
year, or?
Oh, like 5 minutes ago?
I have no recollection of you.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks for paying attention to me. That's really cool.
I'm gonna try to convince Kevin quietly. I'm gonna whisper in Kevin's ear because he's the only one who can see me, and I'm gonna try to will him to play Wonderwall begrudgingly. I don't want to hear him play Wonderwall, but if he plays Wonderwall,
I'm
maybe
not gonna. You
Fig
don't even need
Wicket,
to roll for this. He's like.
maybe Fig Wicket will go away.
Today was gonna be the day, but they never throw it back to you.
Hey kid, do you know any wolf brats?
I
But I
mean,
think that maybe the singing will make them go away.
I know a bunch
don't
of
understand
werewolf
what's
people
happening.
who are brats. Does that count?
Oh gosh.
Kevin, how long did it take you to learn all those chords?
Like at least 20 minutes. Like a solid 20 minutes.
Oh, I can
Yeah.
tell.
It's
Definitely-
got
definitely
it's got
felt like
3
20 minutes
chords.
effort.
If you get fancy with it, you could play the 4th chord, but you could leave it out too.
Weird. I
That's
always
pretty cool.
heard that it had really difficult chords.
It's a very musically complex song in its
Uh-huh.
full orchestration, but it's not actually that hard to play it on the ukulele. Turns out.
So we see him talking to what we believe is nobody, right?
Yeah, actually, everyone go ahead and give me a notice check.
Someone has to
Wow.
harassing you.
Geranium is so apathetic. She
What? Sorry, go ahead.
actively is ignoring.
What is the
I
notice check?
ate your earring.
You roll your 4 dice, and then you
Uh-huh.
add your notice skill to
Apathetic.
that result if you
Okay.
have notice.
I have
So
a
I-
-1.
Don't have it. Got it.
Got
Okay, Kirk, you definitely see Safi.
So I start to become visible to the person who notices me or to someone who bumps into me.
Yeah,
So Kirk does indeed
Delilah, you have
start
a
to
4
see-
also.
A translucent green-haired punk start
Yeah,
to
as-
appear on the bus.
As Kirk is like seeing this person, you see like it's almost like a catching thing, and you notice also, and you see Safi, who apparently has been there the whole time.
What?
Just
Radiant's
roll with
gonna-
it. Just roll with it. Just roll with it. Just roll with it.
I
Geranium's
think the
gonna
little
pull a
one
book out of her
crabbed.
pocket.
Similar to Geranium, Finley is not paying attention at all to try to see somebody else.
Hey, Finley.
Yes.
There's someone else here.
There's a
not
number
Kevin.
of other people here.
No.
There's Geranium and Delilah
No.
and
Not
yourself.
Delilah. Not
I'm here
me.
too.
Not Kevin.
This person.
I'm gonna sit down next to Kirk because Finley hasn't noticed me yet, and I know that Kirk is scared of me. I'm just gonna sit down right next to him and make eye contact with my big purple eyes. Unwavering eye contact.
With a girl.
A scary girl in a punk rock t-shirt and no bra. Have you ever even met a girl not wearing a bra, Kirk?
I don't know.
There have been several times when Delilah has shown up wearing a corset. That's almost counts.
I'm
like
sure
your
there's a
style,
lot
kid.
of things that you don't know, Kirk. That's why you're going to Wizarding College.
Okay, there's somebody sitting next to me.
Is there
No.
somebody sitting next to you?
I don't know.
Maybe I'm a figment of your imagination.
This would be the first time that had happened, but I guess it's possible. Just roll with it. Just roll
What do
with
you
it.
got?
Just roll with
Rocks
it.
for brains or something?
Kirk,
Just roll with it. Just roll with it.
Kirk.
Yes.
you're going to wizarding school. What do you think would be a very useful spell that wizarding kids would know?
How to shoot magic missiles.
That is very useful.
Yep, rocks for our brains.
I
That makes a good point.
Invisibility.
Shut up, Kevin.
Oh. Well, wait a minute though. I can see her. Can you see her?
Well, now this magical minstrel a-hole just blew my cover. I've been here forever.
Oh, are we talking about me?
Hey Kevin. No, not really.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Well, I was.
well, you were referenced, but like,
That's fine.
okay. So, hi there. I'm Kirk.
You're short.
Uh-huh.
Dream
Okay.
is pulled out a massive book out of her pocket, probably the book bigger than the pocket, and she is just reading in the back of the bus. 100 Herbs and Things to Do with Them. It's the name of the book.
What kind of herbs we talking, Geranium? What kind of herbs we talking? Because I could get you some deals. If you're looking for wizard herbs, I could get you some deals. I know some
Roll to
people
notice
in
this?
downtown.
She's talking directly to you now, so let's go with yes.
I'm making some business propositions. I know that you're into what I'm into, and I'm wondering if you can pick up what I'm putting down, kid.
Can I see?
Herbs.
Can I
Herbs. No,
see
you
now?
can't. You can't see me yet because you're so powerfully apathetic. So you just hear an
Feebly.
invisible, disembodied voice trying to sell you wizard drugs.
Geranium is gonna peek out from over her book. What?
Herbs. You picking up what I'm putting down? Cheap herbs. You looking for herbs, kid? You got this book here. What kind of herbs we talking? Wizard herbs? Like wacky wizard weed? Or like wolf's blossoms? What we talking here? What kind of herbs? What do they do? Do they make you see colors? Do they make things smell nicer? Do they make you pee rainbows? Like, what kind of magic herbs are you into? I can make a deal. I got deep pockets.
I'm sorry, who are you?
Tough crowd. All right, I'll give you 25% off, and the first one's free.
Off of what?
Wizard weed, my friend. Wizard weed.
Wizard
You think you're
weed.
seeing in color now, but forget about it.
Wizard weed is a filler that they use in cooking.
The other freshmen don't know this yet. All right, I'll cut you in. We'll split it like 5 to 1. I get 5, and you get 1.
You might as well just buy oregano at the store.
Have you
The
been
other
following me?
Herbs.
How'd you know about the oregano?
I'm reading a book called 100 Herbs and Things to Do with Them.
What are you gonna do with them? If you're not gonna smoke them, why are you reading this book?
I would not smoke oregano. I don't.
I'm
really
not saying that I
it.
have smoked oregano. I'll be over here. I go sit back down next to Kirk and I put my arm around him.
I don't understand what is going on.
I think the invisible person just tried to convince you that wizard's weed was devil's lettuce and they could get you, they could cut you in.
Hey, listen, it works on fuddle kids, okay?
What's devil's lettuce?
In
Oh,
that
you don't-
case,
Devil's lettuce is a it's a drug.
What are you, a narc?
come on, Kevin, be cool. Be cool, Kevin.
I'm not an orc, I'm a musician.
Then I think you would understand the devil's weed.
What?
What?
Jazz cigarettes, my friend. You know what? I'll show you later. I want to see how this plays out. Anybody see what a myrrh does with the devil's lettuce? Anybody see that before? There's no allergies, right? This could be interesting.
I could smoke devil's lettuce, it would be fine. I could do it.
All right,
I
well,
just
if you
choose
blow my
not to.
cover, I'm gonna leave you,
Fine.
loser.
Kevin, I don't recommend you smoke anything.
It's uncouth.
No, I think maybe just a little to even them out.
I would more strongly recommend edibles over smoking.
Yeah, it might make him shut up.
Your body would be more likely to take damage from smoke inhalation.
Maybe we can just get him to go to sleep. Hey, Kevin, try this brownie.
Okay. All of you, the bus has started to crest over a hill, and the forest around you fades away behind you as you arrive at Boarboils campus. From the windows of the bus, you can see the towering structures that make up the Boarboils College of Wizardry. The buildings on campus are built out of beautiful dark schist stone that sparkles in the sunlight. It looks like an amalgam of a Gothic revival and Victorian architectural styles. The campus is nestled on a sizable lake, which is divided by a river running out from the lake that joins the Charles River, which is not far from here. And the main building is massive, with wings and towers that all house the different classrooms, laboratories, offices, and there's a bridge that connects several different bridges, but from your vantage point you can see one main bridge that connects the institutional buildings to the dormitories where all of you will live for the next 4 years. You make your way to Boarboils and you pull up, and the bus stops just in front of the front gate, and all of you are ushered off of the bus.
This place looks like a fancy hotel. I could get used to this. Thank you, Nana.
You see a number of, it looks like staff and administrators and collegiate professors who are wearing robes that have various different insignias on them, all starting to come out and make a line to welcome the students in. Welcome to Boarboils! Welcome to Boarboils! Welcome to Boarboils! As you start to make your way in.
I am just gonna lean over to Kirk and be like, devil's lettuce. If you don't like drugs, if somebody offers it to you, just say no. Okay.
Like a square.
I mean, or don't.
Thanks. Okay, thank you. I don't think I want to do that. So,
Which
that's
one?
good advice. No, I'm gonna not do drugs. I
My
think
God, call me when you go through puberty. Ugh.
I'm 18.
Prove it.
I
Yeah,
don't
you can't.
know how-
Short. I've now stopped paying attention to Kirk because I can see over his head.
Kirk, devil's lettuce functions much like what you would probably know as marijuana, but it is much more difficult to grow and lasts a great deal longer.
I think we should all have alcohol. I have a friend whose family, the Booby family, has a wine vineyard.
Are they the Connecticut? They're from Connecticut, right?
Yes, the Connecticut Boobies.
Ah, yes. Connecticut, known for its fine wines.
Yes, magical fine wines.
No, thank you.
All of you are led in through the main gate. You make your way through the various courtyards, kind of getting a whirlwind tour of Boarboils College. Your tour guide is none other than the adjunct professor Raven Thunderpants, who walks up to your group and kind of gives a little nod to Kirk, and says, "Follow me. I'll show you in, and we'll have you seated for the banquet." And they start to guide you in, pointing out, "These are the classrooms where you'll be doing spell work. These are the classrooms." Blah, da, 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 da. As you make your way through the first courtyard, then heading down through the fountain courtyard and into the buildings, where you then head across the bridge into the main dining hall, which where you are then seated. And we're going to take a quick break here